103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now boarding Group A. Please have your boarding passes ready to scan. If your phone is cracked, old, or was chewed up by your Chihuahua travel companion, please refrain from holding up the line. We ask that you kindly not be that guy, and instead simply go to Verizon and trade in any phone from their top brands in any condition on any unlimited plan for the new Samsung Galaxy S25 with Galaxy AI. With new line on my plan. Additional terms apply. See Verizon.com for details.
Fox Sports brought to you by Jack Spring Electric, online at jackspringelectric.com.
Looking for reliable electrical services? Look no further than Jack Spring Electric. From industrial to commercial to residential needs, we've got you covered. Our expert team ensures top-notch service every time, keeping your operations running smoothly and your homes powered up. And when the power goes out, trust our generators to keep your lights on and your business going strong. Visit jackspringelectric.com for all of your electrical needs. For quality you can trust, visit jackspringelectric.com today. Jack Spring Electric, powering your world.
Hey, wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind. Like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Most of my family, they never graduated high school, so I'm trying to break that barrier. My daughter, Brooklyn, was also a motivation for me to go back to school. Every day after work, went straight to school, and it paid off.
At age 26, Kareem finished his high school diploma.
I could not have done it alone. I see the future is really bright for me.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Tiger weather now.
Clouds will give way to sunshine here this afternoon, up to 65. A clear sky tonight, areas of fog, lows tonight near 40. Patchy fog in the morning tomorrow gives way to sunshine, spring-like warmth, a high 75. Sunny skies and midweek Wednesdays, high in the mid-70s. Richard DeWetting at the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station. The following is a paid program. Participants of this program are not employees of this station, and their views, opinions, and claims do not necessarily represent those of Town Square Media, its employees, or advertisers.
The following program is paid for by Tim Fletcher.
Good afternoon. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Voice of the Demons, right?
Yes.
Touchdown, Demons!
Brined, marinated, or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center top 10 right there!
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full, and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull, and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert.
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it. And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. All right, before we go any farther, we have to fess up to a small prank. So yesterday was my buddy David, who had flown into town. I'm gonna get into all that in a little bit. I'd flown into town for my mom's ceremony. Was flying out, and we had a little time to kill. We went and ate lunch. Had a little time to kill after that. So he had not seen the new studios. So we came over here to the new studios, and kind of checked everything out. And he'd not seen all the renovations and everything. He'd seen it when we were in the old studio, but had not seen the new stuff. So we come over. We do the renovation, see the renovations, like whatever. We're just kind of we're kind of chilling out because we got like 30, 45 minutes to kill, and he's flying out of Shreveport Regional. We had gone over to Riverport in Jefferson to eat barbecue, so we were just chilling at the studio. So I texted Rogers, and I'm like, "Hey, are you by the studio by any chance, or coming?" Normally Rogers will come up to the studio on a Sunday, and do a little work, do rainy weather, whatever. So Rogers, my buddy David said I want to prank Rogers a little bit. What should I do? And I was like, just move something of his. So you may have noticed this morning your headphones were in a different location than they normally were. So that was our those are Fletcher's headphones? Oh no. Dang. Yeah, there's David with his little oh, dang. I thought they were your headphones. Well, dang it. Yeah, they were. We moved them over under the hat. Oh, is it okay? Okay, well, never mind. We didn't prank Rogers. We apparently pranked Fletcher and didn't even know it. Yeah, we just moved him over under the boll weevil hat over there. I was like, yeah, I shows how much I pay attention. For a reason, apparently. But we did leave the door open so that the room would be cooler when you, that was us. Yeah. Right. Yeah, we left I was like, you know what? I'm going to leave the door open for Rogers because that means the room will be a little cooler when he gets here in the morning. Yeah, because it's going to be hot when you walk in. So there you go. So, Fletcher, consider yourself pranked, even though Rogers is the one who, found the headphones or whatever. So, yeah, so there you go. Sorry. Yeah, no, I get it. All right, well, so there you go. But he did enjoy seeing the studios. Very nice. We had a really nice lunch over at Riverport. Got to see Steven and the crew, and it's really very good. I mean, the food is excellent, of course, and it's good to see him. But anyway, so this is the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We are hanging out with you on a Monday. Obviously, kind of a crazy weekend for yours truly. Had the visitation / celebration of life for Mom. And it ended up it turned out great. We had it downtown at the Glass Hat Cafe, which I had never been to before, but it's in one of the older buildings downtown, right across from the old Sportran building, the one that has the big tent, whatever, but white tent awning covering, whatever you want to call it, down on Crockett Street. So we had that. And it turned out really well. It was, people came by, and we appreciate that. They gave a proclamation. The parish had a proclamation for Mom, which we didn't know was happening, and was really, really a very sweet surprise. And we'll get into some of that as we go along. But yeah, it was a good weekend. We didn't want it to be maudlin. We didn't want it to be depressing. Mom would never have wanted that. She didn't specifically said she didn't want a funeral. She wanted a nice, she wanted something fun. She wanted to be able to let people celebrate, enjoy, get together, and we did. And it was a good group of folks that came by, and we do appreciate everyone who stopped by. A lot of people have texted. A lot of people have called. A lot of folks have sent flowers and cards and such, and we really appreciate everyone who did that. It was very nice of everyone. Got to see Hambone. Hambone and Fletch came out, which was nice. Do appreciate that, and just had a good time. It was exactly what she would have wanted. A good time, people enjoying themselves. We had a little food and drink, let everybody kind of, hang out and obviously say what they need to and pay their respects and all of that. And that was great. So, it was really good to have that happen. And, I was very appreciative of everyone kind of being there. And Rogers, I have a question for you real quick, because you've gone through, obviously, the loss of a parent before. I feel like, I feel like what's going to hit me is something random, right? Is that I've got to imagine that's been the case, especially for your dad, where something random will happen maybe years down the road, a couple of years, and that kind of triggers it, right? Like that triggers that memory. Like that's what I'm waiting on, because I know something like that's going to happen.
Especially for me, an only child with memories and stuff, and objects mean a lot to me. No, I had 2 or 3 stories about my dad triggered it at your mom's thing.
Really?
Cedric Glover.
Yeah.
John Hussey knew my dad, and I was the first Kill producer when the mayors used to come every Friday to be on Kill after they had switched from Beautiful Music to All News, All Talk. So I'd stood right next to John Hussey numerous times. And, of course, Mayor Arsenault still comes out here to the day being the current mayor, so we see him all the time.
By the way, also found out, Rogers, Arsenault listens to our show.
Really?
I had no idea.
Okay.
He said he said our time slot is usually when he's kind of like
after lunch,
he's like doing some other things. He's usually like going somewhere or whatever. He said so
meetings already.
Yeah, so he listens. He said he listens to our show. He loves my barbecue advice. Like he was very I was kind of shocked, to be honest with you. I did not expect that.
Like I said, you were inside. Fletch and I, we pulled up in the parking lot about the same time as Cedric Glover.
Yeah.
So we're all walking in together, and we're about to get to the door, and all of a sudden Cedric goes, "Roger." He goes, "I got to ask you something." He goes, "At any time in your life when you were a kid, did anybody ever give you a cigar to smoke?" And I went, "Yes." He goes, "Well, I've got a box of old Shreveport newspaper articles and pictures.
Okay.
And there's one with a young kid smoking a cigar, and it says it's Rogers Hampton on it."
Really?
And I thought, well, that's too young to be Rogers Senior.
Right.
There can't be no other Rogers Hampton.
Well, I mean,
there's
not, no.
And he goes, "Was that you?" I said, "Yeah, it was me." He goes, "Man, I've got that picture. I'm going to find it and make sure you get it." I said, "Well, I actually have a copy of it from the person who actually took the picture."
Okay.
Mr. Bob Griffin.
There you go.
When I was 5, 6 years old at Goldie's Gym in downtown Shreveport, which is now the Blood Center.
Okay.
That used to be a gym to work out with and my dad worked part-time there as a masseuse and trainer. And so when I would be in town from Houston and Dad had to work, they would just bring me there, and I was kind of like the gym rat kid. Well, back then in the gym, you were smoking and drinking. It was a totally different world back then.
Right.
So somebody had a cigar going, and I'm wearing a cowboy hat with a cowboy vest. Hey, let's see if little Raj can handle a cigar. Well, I had just taken a puff of it, didn't inhale, but I just put it in my mouth and pulled it away, and the smoke was going away.
Yeah.
And Bob took the picture.
That's funny.
Well, he put it in the local paper, which was Yuck Yuck, because everybody knew Dad and little
Right,
Raj and
right.
Big Raj. Well, apparently it got picked up nationally.
Okay.
And my dad received hate mail.
I'm sure he did.
From all over the country.
Could you imagine now?
These little grandmas and grandpas, and how could you do this? And he got hate mail and threats, and it turned out to be just this fun little thing.
Right.
Well, I actually have the picture that Bob gave me framed on my wall at the house with the last Christmas card he gave me with his handwriting on it and his signature on it.
Wow.
It's all together. And for Cedric to go, any chance you ever smoked a cigar when
Yeah.
you were a little kid?
Yeah.
To have that story happen while I'm walking in, because we walked in right after that.
Mm-hmm.
He told me that outside, and when I saw you waiting when we got in there, and then later he kind of filled me in. He goes, "Yeah, it's in a box somewhere. I'll find it." I said, "Well, you know where to find me. You know where I'll live."
Yeah. You're in the cave.
He says, "I'm gonna get that for you," and he just thought it was amazing. He goes, "That was you." He goes, I thought there no way there's another Rogers Hampton.
I can't imagine. Yeah, the and that, I mean, imagine if that came out today.
Oh.
Yeah, if someone posted on Twitter. Well, yeah, I know, like the child abuse or something.
It actually would have been.
Yeah. No,
But it's a fan favorite picture for me. But Dad got some national hate.
Yeah, I would imagine. I would imagine. Yeah, I could see that.
And then I end up being a pallbearer for the guy who took the picture.
Yeah.
I'm 5 years old.
Right.
And all 50.
I mean, at that point,
later,
Rogers, you were one of Bob's buddies.
I was without knowing.
Yeah, you didn't even know. You were one of Bob's buddies.
So, yes, you want to know the answer to your question? Out of nowhere, a song, a moment,
right.
a meal, yes.
Something's going to happen, and I know it's going to happen.
Sometimes you see it coming. Sometimes it's just going to be there.
Right.
It might be after you just thought about her.
Yeah.
And that's affirming that she's still there.
Right.
And letting you know she hears you.
Yeah.
And that everything's better.
It was really nice. Great to have you all there, obviously, you and Fletch.
It was a very nice turnout. It was very classy. The venue, I haven't been there before.
I've never been in there either.
The renovation that
it looks great.
To one of the older buildings in downtown, you would have thought you walked into a brand new built building. That's how nice this is. I would like to go there for lunch one day. Just to
it's a breakfast lunch place. It closes at 2. Funny enough,
time with Andy Sheehy.
Funny enough, Andy Sheehy owns it. Funny enough, my sister and her whole crew had not eaten, and they got there before it closed, like before they stopped serving food. They stopped serving food at 2. They actually got there before it closed, so they ate. Said it was really good. Said they really enjoyed it, but they went ahead and ate before because they were all kind of famished, hadn't eaten anything. So the part that surprised me the most, like, great turnout. Obviously, I mean the parish doing a proclamation for Mom, recognizing her. I did not know that was happening. Ken Epperson, who's one of the parish commissioners who actually worked with Mom when she was the parish administrator, he's still a commissioner. He kind of spearheaded that effort, and then several commissioners showed up. But the one that floored me, and you mentioned his name, John Hussey, former mayor back in the 80s. He's the guy that really kind of gave Mom her start. She was a grants writer, and then he made her executive assistant to the mayor, which is the mayor's right-hand man or woman in this case. And then after she did that job for a couple of years, he named her the chief administrative officer of the city. She was the youngest CAO in Louisiana, and she was the first female CAO in Louisiana. And she took over that role and obviously, did very well with it. The only reason she didn't go longer was because there was a mayoral change. Hazel Beard got elected after John Hussey was term limited out. Hazel Beard got elected and went in her own direction, which, that's what you expect when the new mayor comes in. She's going to put her own or his own people in place. And so you would expect that. So not surprised Cedric Glover showed up. Cedric was actually very big in us securing that venue. Cedric used to be the mayor, state representative, all that. He is now the Downtown Development Authority director, or as we like to call him, Rogers, the new Liz Swain. Who, by the way, was also there. I don't know if you got to see or talk to Liz, Raj, but she was there. But, Cedric, Downtown Development Authority director, we were looking for venues. Mom was not a particularly religious person, so there was not a church or anything that we were going to use. And so I thought, what better thing, to have her sort of visitation celebration than in downtown, where she worked most of her career in downtown Shreveport. And I got in touch with Cedric, and Cedric said, "Hey, I think I got a great place for you called the Glass Hat Cafe. It's down on Crockett Street, Crockett and Marshall. It's a good venue. There's like a little secondary room if you need to for spillover. It's you can get 100 people, a couple hundred people in there if you need to. And Andy Sheehy is the owner, and I've known Andy for a while from back in the Centenary days. So I called Andy Sheehy, and he said, "Yeah, we're be happy to do it." And it got all worked out, and we went ahead and got some food. Had some, just some had some little mini meat pies and some boudin egg rolls. I don't know if you got to eat anything, Rogers. I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to what everyone was doing. I was trying to kind of, meet everybody and say hello to everyone. So they had we had a little food in the back, and then it was from 3 to 6 on Saturday, and about 4 o'clock we had a little. I was not planning on having any sort of presentation ceremony, like get up and speak kind of thing. Like I was just going to let everyone kind of mingle. Weren't going to have anything, no sort of speaking roles. And then turned out when Ken Epperson and a couple former commissioners and a current commissioner all showed up, they had a proclamation for Mom, and so we said, well, we need to, this needs to be kind of a formal thing. So we got everyone sort of towards the back of the venue. And I said a few words, and Ken Epperson said a few words, and they read the proclamation. And then the couple other folks that were there had a few words, and then and then Amy said something, and we kind of went back to just sort of the mingling. Did you get to eat, Rogers? Did you eat anything? I
had a couple of the mini meat pies.
Yeah,
I don't usually eat
I know.
Like that.
I know. I will say this: the boudin egg rolls were damn good.
You know me.
I know. I'm aware you're not eating that. I figured you might eat a mini meat pie.
The mini meat pies.
Yeah.
And that was it. Because I wasn't sure if we were going to do something afterwards or not. Because I had talked to your buddies, and Fletch was supposed to go do something else, but he wasn't sure. So I was kind of caught in no man's land of. I told Dave, I said, well, if y'all do something a little later, let me know. But now that I know what you did, I know why you didn't reach out.
Yeah, I wasn't going to reach out to you for the 9:30 p.m. escape room.
And so I was like, well, you know what? Just drop me off at home, and I'm just going to chill.
Yeah.
Everybody's kind of got their own plans and do their own thing. And that's exactly what y'all did, and it was fine and dandy.
Yeah.
Just being at home on Saturday night, and y'all were doing y'all's things, and it worked out for everybody.
Yeah, I didn't figure 9:30 p.m. escape room was up your alley, Rogers.
No,
I
but
figured
9:30 a.m. Riverport might have me.
Yeah, well, I did actually text you. I texted you that morning, and I was going to see if I'd either could, and that's why I was partially hoping you were coming back. You were coming here on Sunday, because when we came back here, I had a little bit left over. I didn't have a lot.
Okay. I had planned on coming here, but
the rain, boy.
To the local store to fill up gas in the old trucko, and I was like, you know what? I'm not driving all the way over there because it was that nasty rain, and I'm like, I'm gonna put the cat food down for my cats, and then immediately it's gonna get wet and sluggish.
Right.
So I stopped this morning, threw some dry on the sidewalk. On the way home, I'll stop and fill back up because by then it looks like we should.
Yeah, the sun's coming out and dry up all the rain.
The next few days should be just magnificent.
Yeah. Hambone, the sun will come out, dry up all the rain, and the itsy bitsy spider will climb up the spout again.
And the sun will come out tomorrow.
That's right. You ain't lying. All right, we're off and running on a Monday. Would love to hear from you. Obviously, LSU women's basketball come from behind win against Kentucky. SEC men's basketball, how many teams might get in? Got baseball starting up. Can talk a little bit about that. And whatever you're interested in, and we'd love to hear from you. A couple of ways to get in touch with the show we'll tell you about coming up in just a bit. But, you can always call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline at 725-5945 or the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line at 657-0426. We'll give you all the particulars when we come back. It's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. We'll be back.
Are you ready to take your brand to new heights? At Town Square Media, your success is our ultimate goal. At Town Square Media, we understand that reaching your audience across various platforms is essential in today's fast-paced landscape. One size fits none in the realm of marketing. See firsthand how Town Square Media crafts tailored solutions that align with your unique goals. Whether it's increasing brand awareness, driving sales, or fostering community engagement, our ability to customize strategies that deliver exactly what you need when you need it. it. Town Square Media isn't just a partner. We're your brand's most passionate advocate. See how Town Square Media can transform your vision into a reality that resonates, engages, and inspires. Call and schedule your free business analysis today. 318-688-1130. 318-688-1130. Your brand story starts here with Town Square Media, where innovation meets impact and your success is our priority.
So it's that time of the year you wake up thinking about going fishing. You go to bed and dream about going fishing. And that fishing dream includes a trip to the all-new Jimmy Granger Outdoors in the Shreveport Auto Mall. They are loaded with new boats. There's Ranger and Triton and Bass Cat and aluminum boats from Ranger and Excel. And right now, every boat buyer gets a $300 gift card to Jimmy Granger Outdoors Big Tackle Shop. Jimmy Granger Outdoors, conveniently located in the Shreveport Auto Mall and open all day Monday through Saturday. A cool place to buy a boat.
If you're looking for quick, easy, delicious, 3 words, Natchitoches meat pie. Oh, yeah. Check your grocer's freezer for Natchitoches meat pies from the Natchitoches Meat Pie Company, a true Louisiana food made right there in Coshada, Louisiana, and shipped to all of our grocers' freezers around here. Natchitoches meat pies, mini meat pies, crawfish pies. Use that air fryer. It's so tasty you won't believe it.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Are you experiencing fatigue, low libido, muscle loss? At Rejuva Medical, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy. Begin your journey to a better you at RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's REJUVIME medical.com.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
A good time is in the air. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers, you know, we had some bad weather over the last couple of days. Woke up this morning and realized I got a little bit of damage on one of the legs of my patio outside in my back. I don't know if I don't know if maybe, some wind or like something hit it. I don't know. It just had a little damage on it. It's kind of bent a little bit. Very strange. Don't know how that happened. And I even looked back on my Ring camera, Rogers, and, never saw anything that looked suspicious. Love some Barracuda. You know that. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. So let me reset the show for you. Couple of ways you can get in touch with us. You can call us if you like. That is the Pearl Shreveport hotline. The Pearl Shreveport hotline is 318-RALLY-45.
Hello.
Oh, wait. You jumped the gun, Coach O. He's excited. You only heard me like twice last week, Rogers. 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945.
Hello.
Hey, there you are, Coach O. He was ready. You can also reach us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. The Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line is 318-657-0HAM. It's 318-657-0426, also known as the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. You can also reach us 1130 on the AM dial, 103.3 on the FM dial, and we are available in any of 4 streaming locations. That's right. If you want to find us streaming, it is Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. By the way, Trey just said your mic was a little low, Rogers, so just texted me that. No, well, yeah. But Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch are the 4 places that you can reach us on streaming. It's some form of Netherton Show on all of them. So if you look up Netherton, chances are you're going to find the right place. Facebook.com/Netherton Show, YouTube.com/@Netherton Show, Twitch.tv/Netherton Show, and Twitter. That would be @PT Netherton, @PT Netherton. That's your spots. By the way, speaking of chats, we have a few chats over on the streaming platforms. On YouTube, James says, I'm still thinking of that risotto. He went to the Pearl over the weekend, Rogers, and had a little risotto, which can't argue with that. Speaking of the Pearl, Jamie on Facebook said, hey, thanks to your show, my wife and I went to the Pearl for our 22nd wedding anniversary, and it was amazing. Thank you for recommending that place. We will definitely be back. So there you go. There you go. Can't argue with that. So, Jamie, I'm glad you got to go, and I'm glad you and the wife enjoyed it. We tell you about the Pearl all the time. 70th and Fern Avenue is where you find them. Rogers, I went to the Pearl over the on Friday night. Jeff had come in, and we went to the Pearl on Friday night, and I ate way too much. Had a steak, which was delicious, of course, with the pearl dust on it. Then the grits and the mashed potatoes were both just fabulous. Jeff, what did Jeff order? Because I had not tried the crab balls appetizer before. Yeah, Roger's very small. I don't know if you know that or not, but crab balls very small. No, they were delicious. It's basically lump crab meat that they form into a ball and they fry. They are good-sized crab balls, all right? So and they come with a little dipping sauce that it was great. Yes, would you like to chime in?
Are they as good as sweaty balls?
I mean, Rogers, there's very few things that are as good as those sweaty balls. But yes, they were delicious. They really were. And the dipping sauce was really good with them. So, yeah, I had not had the crab balls before. And they were great. Absolutely delicious. So, Jeff had catfish. That's right. He had the catfish at Chafalaya. Yeah, he had that. Speaking of Jeff texting in, I don't know if he heard earlier, I was mentioning there's some odd damage that I found on my patio with the weather that had come through. I don't know if maybe like a tree branch, maybe, in the wind, like hit the thing or something, but splintered the wood a little bit on one of the legs of my patio. So yeah, it was weird. It was.
I don't care who you are. That's funny.
I mean, look, the weather was bad, man. There was all kind of wind and rain and stuff. There's no telling what might have impacted my patio. But yeah, so the catfish and chaffle is what Jeff had. And he also at Rogers, he had the Pearl drink, which is I think it's like a martini, but it's got a big round ice cube in the middle of it. And it's like just sits right there, like in the middle of it. And he said he had one thing. I think he had the Calypso, and then he had the Pearl, and he was like, that's the one I liked. Because he had tried a bunch of them the last time we went. But he really liked the Pearl. James also had the Pearl drink as well. And they both really enjoyed it. So, yeah, if you want to go have a great meal, I can't tell you, can't recommend more highly the Pearl. And Rogers, we got to see Robert while we were there on Friday, which was great. That was cool. It was good to see him. Hadn't seen him in a while. They, by the way, they've just about to finish their new grilling station inside. And it's they've got like a vent hood that they were putting in so they can do all their char grilling inside. So when they do their oysters, just awesome. Absolutely awesome. So yeah, if you're going to go somewhere and celebrate like Jamie did, go to the Pearl for your 22nd anniversary. And here's the cool thing, Rogers, about being with someone for 22 years. Like on a first date, you can't whip out your Pearl gift card and pay for the meal or part of the meal or whatever. Like that's, your date's not going to look real favorably if you show up with a coupon to the date, But after 22 years of marriage, hell yeah. Let's get this thing for free if we can. Right? Like I'm pulling out the $50 gift card. Like after 22 years, it's no longer about, social niceties and all that stuff. Like, yeah, if we can try to pay for it with a gift card, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, look, look, brother, I was every app that offered me free birthday stuff, I'm taking advantage of it, man. Hell yeah. But yeah, like you can't, what I'm saying though, Rogers, like you go on a first date, you can't show up with a coupon. You can't have a coupon on the first date. Like you can't be like, yeah, I'm going to take you to this really nice restaurant. We're going to have a great dinner. And, oh, here's my like 2-for-1 entree coupon. Like you can't get away with that on a first date. Can't have that happen. But yeah, but the 22nd anniversary, hell yeah. Show up with a gift card. Let's, yeah, like the budget. Yeah, senior citizen discount, whatever you need. Whatever you can do. Damn right. The cheaper, the better. Make it happen. So, Jamie, I'm glad you got to enjoy the Pearl. It's just one of our favorites. We absolutely love Robert and his crew at the Pearl. And I guess, Rogers, now we have to play your theme music since we haven't done that yet. I guess we need to introduce you officially.
We represent the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, the Lollipop Guild, and in the name of the Lollipop Guild, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin Land.
Hey, boy! Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
What's up, dude?
A lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is more than just a
It was a
Monday.
It was a long weekend, Rogers.
Yeah.
It was a long weekend.
Yep.
We but again, I thanks to everybody who wrote, a lot of people sending texts and calling and all that stuff. Like it really does mean a lot. Thank you to you and Fletcher for coming by.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hambone was wearing his best shacket, which I appreciate.
I did. I found my nice collared one that had a little emblem on the pocket where it looked like it was fancy.
Yeah, had his Canadian tuxedo going.
Yeah.
But look, here's the thing. It was very casual. As a matter of fact, somebody asked me, Rogers, like, do you think Rogers is going to show up in a suit? I was like, I hope not. Like, I hope Rogers knows he doesn't need to show up in a suit.
For my sports coat.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I went no tie.
One matching suit and one blue blazer, and I couldn't find either one.
Yeah.
Of them.
I went no tie, just a coat, sport coat and slacks. Like this was not going to be a.
Yeah, the last time I'm sure it's in a closet somewhere, but the last time I wore that gray suit was when I was a pallbearer for Bob Griffin 5 years ago. 5 years ago.
I was also like, I think someone asked, like, do you think Rogers is going to wear his hat? And I'm like, of course he is. Like, yes. Like I I like this again. This is not a formal
No,
event.
Once I found out where, when, how.
Yeah.
And then when I walked in and saw Rebuche wearing a gray sports sweater.
Yeah.
Not a sweater, but I mean
he was wearing a sweater basically.
Shirt.
Yeah, it's kind of a sweatshirt kind of thing.
Yeah. Because he even first thing he said, I feel bad. I feel bad. I said, look, well, just because my jacket has a collar on it.
Yeah, Hambone had the Canadian tuxedo going.
But I'm standing next to Cedric. He's got on his little mini vest thing.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I feel good.
Yeah, no, we
And
were.
Fletcher went out and got a brand new shirt for you.
Oh, okay.
And then when McConaughey walked in at the end, I saw what he was wearing. I said, okay. Everybody was there. A couple people put on their shoots and ties because that's kind of their deal. But even the current mayor, he had on slacks, a jacket, but no tie. So he
Yeah. No, look, the you know who dressed up the most for the thing? My brother-in-law, Jake, Amy's husband.
Oh, yeah.
He was wearing a full-on suit, like full suit, like matching suit with the tie and everything. I'm like, okay, like that's
your whole family matched.
Like, all in. And Rogers, how are my sister's children adults? Hannah, her daughter, is 22. It is she is like 4'9", 4'8", 4'9", just tiny. And her brother, Will, is 19, and Will is about 5'2", 5'3". And Amy is 4'11", and Jake, I think, is like 5'4", or 5'5". Like, they didn't have a chance. Like, those kids didn't have a chance to grow up.
No, you did. No, they did.
But the crazy thing, Rogers, is because of how small they are, I can't see them as adults. You know what I mean? Like, Hannah's 22 and in college, and I guarantee you she could pass for like 13 if she wanted to. Yeah.
She could pass for
because she's tiny.
So could he.
And yeah, like, it's wild.
No, it really was.
It's wild.
Once we put it all together,
yeah,
and you can see the
here's what's funny, Rogers. I was even yesterday, I was chatting with a friend of mine and who didn't really know the whole like how my family's structured. Like, if you don't know, my mom married a guy named Johnny Augustine and had my sister Amy. Then she divorced him and married my dad and had me. Now, Johnny Augustine was a tiny Cajun, or as we like to say, Rogers, a tiny coon-ass. And Buster was a giant redneck. And so I came out as a giant, and Amy came out as a midget. She's 4'11". She came out tiny. I came out huge. And then she married a tiny guy, and they had tiny children. And so I actually had a friend, like, how is everyone related again? Like, y'all, like, and I was like, okay, Amy and I are half-sisters, same mom, different dads. And then, she married and had kids, and I have obviously not married or had kids. So trying to kind of help everyone keep up. James said his sister that came with him said she thought she stood out in her pink sweater, and his response was, nobody's looking. Yeah, nobody cares. That was there. Everybody was there for mom. Nobody cared what anyone else was wearing. I clocked what everyone was wearing, but who cares? Like, if you show up in your jeans or whatever, fine. I don't have a problem with that. Rogers, there's a couple of pictures that I got from a couple of friends that during the proclamation little ceremony that we had, I'm standing next to my sister, and the angle that the picture is taken at, I look like because they all look like they're sort of the same height. Like, Ken Epperson's not a big dude. The other commissioner's not a big dude. The two women are not big. Like, and Amy, they were all like mid 5 feet, and I'm over there 6'4". Like, I legitimately look like Andre the Giant, like standing next to normal people. Yeah, I was very Hagrid. Like, very much so. But yeah, it was, and look, it was so good. John Hussey's coming in. Like, John Hussey didn't know he was alive. Like, you could have told me John Hussey died 15 years ago, and I'd be like, that sounds right. But such a sweetheart, like, just a sweet man. And came in, don't know how he even knew that it was happening. I do want to send my thoughts to or my thanks to Cedric Glover. I mentioned he helped us get the venue. He also helped get the word out about it. He's still connected in all the governmental circles, and so he was instrumental in getting the word out that this was going on, so people could show up. Oh, I just had to sneeze, Rogers. Goodness. Wow. That was sneaking up on me. And I might have to do it again. So if you hear me go quiet for just a couple of seconds, you'll know why. But yeah, so no idea that John Hussey was still alive, and he came in, and look, Rogers, he's 90, like about to turn 91. I gotta say, guy looks pretty good for 90. Like, he doesn't move that fast, but I mean, let's be honest. If any of us are moving at the age of 90, that's a plus. So yeah, it was awesome to see him. Did not at all anticipate him showing up. But like I said, he was the guy that gave Mom her first real gig. He made her executive assistant to the mayor, which is his right hand, and then turned around and named her CAO, and really kind of got her governmental career off the ground. And Rogers, I think I even said this. I don't remember what I said during the whole thing, but and we've got video of it, but I just haven't gone back and watched it yet. I'll probably do that sometime this week. But I think I just even said this. Rogers, she became chief administrative officer at 43. No, at 38. Like, Rogers, I'm 48. What the hell have I done with my life? My mom was running a $333 million city at the age of 38. Like, I'm 10 years older than that. And I'm over here, 1 to 3, come talk to us. Hey, boy. Like, I mean, come on. Like, what am I doing with my life? Calling games on ESPN Plus, which, by the way, it looks like softball is going to get moved, so it'll be earlier. No, it's Wednesday. Yeah, I'll still be doing the show. Well, might have to do like an hour on Wednesday. We might end up doing like an hour on Wednesday because they're moving the game up on Wednesday. Maybe do it from home for like an hour and then split. Because they're moving the game up earlier, which honestly doesn't hurt my feelings. I'd rather get it over with and get back earlier. It doesn't make me mad. By the way, both Demon teams got wins on the weekend, which was good. They women's team has already clinched a spot in the conference tournament. The men's team is close. I think they need one more win to clinch their spot in the conference tournament. But they beat up on UNO, which was good to see. Speaking of basketball, Rogers, LSU play tonight or tomorrow? For basketball. I'm not sure, but we're carrying baseball tonight. Oh, we're carrying baseball tonight. 6 o'clock first pitch. Okay. No pregame with JJ and Bonsai. Gotcha. I think LSU plays tonight. Let's see. Today's games. They do not play tonight. They play tomorrow. Tennessee. 8 o'clock. Yeah. Tomorrow, 8 o'clock is LSU and Tennessee. Tennessee taking down Texas A&M, much to my boy Jeff's chagrin. We were actually watching that game before we left to go to the ceremony. And A&M ends up blowing it. Rogers, Jeff got so mad he went outside and punched the post outside on my patio. Like, he was mad. He didn't do that. Just kidding. Just hitting that thing. That's right. Hit it so hard, made a big explosion. So, yeah. Made me scream. All right, let's get to a couple texts on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Big Peanut from this morning said, good morning, Patrick. I haven't listened in a while due to work. I'm very sorry to hear about your mom. I know how difficult losing a parent is. Hope you're doing as well as can be expected. Yeah, I talked about this the other day, Rogers, and it's a little different when you have someone who's gone through dementia, because you sort of lose them in bits and pieces. And so, like, I kind of said goodbye to my mom 3-4 years ago when she really kind of started to slip. And this is the thing that I think about, Rogers, that goes back to me. And I know this is probably something you thought about when your dad passed as well. Like, there are certain things in your life, certain milestones, certain events, maybe, good news, whatever. It's like, okay, typically the first person I'd pick the phone up and call would be my mom. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I got a job, I got a promotion, I got a girlfriend. Rogers, I never picked up the phone to call mom and tell her I got a girlfriend. Like, that never really happened. But, it's one of those deals where, 6, 7, 8 years ago, she would be the first person I would call when something like that happened. But gradually, she wouldn't, because, she knew who I was, she knew who she was, but the formation of new memories was really difficult. And the understanding of things happening at the time was really difficult the more that she progressed within the disease, or the more the disease progressed within her. So the idea of, picking up the phone and saying, hey, Mom, I got this great gig, I'm going to go call this, like 3 years ago, I get the ESPN Plus gig, right? We start doing TV games. I told her about it, of course, but I don't know how much she really appreciated it. I think she did at the time. But eventually that kind of goes away. And so I think that's the thing that I'll miss the most, is having someone like that, one person that's always in your corner, always on your side, always, the first person you share good news with. Again, I lost that a couple of years ago. So, the ceremony, the finality of the actual death was, that was something I'd already come to terms with several years back. And again, like we talked about earlier, like there'll be something that happens, some random thing that occurs that will make me think of her, and I'll probably get emotional about it. But at least in terms of saying bye to her, I did that a while ago. So it's a little different for me than everyone else, because to everyone else, it's all kind of brand new. They weren't with her day in and day out for the last 5 years as she kind of declined. So, like my sister, her dad died of a heart attack suddenly in his sleep, and that's one you don't have time to prepare for. You don't get your time to sort of make peace with that and get ready for that. He was still healthy and living his life and all that. Like, that's the kind of, those are the ones that are the toughest. What I've had to deal with it was tough while she was alive. It's somewhat of a blessing now that she's gone, because she's not unhealthy anymore. And that's a big deal. She wouldn't want to live that way. I don't know anybody wants to live that way. Like she told me back in the day, Rogers, when it comes her time, take her to the vet. Tell them to give her the 2 shots and let her go to sleep. That's what she wanted. Unfortunately, her vet is no longer practicing, so I couldn't try to put that into practice. But again, big thanks to everyone for being there, for saying nice things. I do really appreciate it. All right, so Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Rogers and Patrick, that's us. Take a break, come back. Anything on your mind, we'd love to hear from you. Text us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 657-0426. Call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline, 725-5945. And you can send us messages on any of our streaming platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch. We'll be back.
Just have to trust imagination. My heart going boom, boom, boom. Son, he said, grab your things, I've come to take you home.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Need top-notch construction equipment or cranes in Shreveport, Louisiana? Scott Equipment has you covered. As a trusted family-owned business, we offer a wide range of equipment for rent or sale. Whether you're tackling a big project or need reliable machinery, Scott Equipment is here to help. Stop by Scott Equipment on North Market today to learn more and find out how you can save for your next rental or purchase. Call or visit us now and get the job done right with Scott Equipment.
Hey, nice job, Pete. I like those clean lines. Fellas, do we have anyone that can get to Greenport today?
At Corey's Landscaping, the staffing plan is in the weeds.
Anthony, we need that leaf blower over here. 3 more new customer requests just came in. Who wants to work some overtime?
He needs to dig up quality landscapers, and fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Looking for reliable electrical services? Look no further than Jack Spring Electric. From industrial to commercial to residential needs, we've got you covered. Our expert team ensures top-notch service every time, keeping your operations running smoothly and your homes powered up. And when the power goes out, trust our generators to keep your lights on and your business going strong. Visit jackspringelectric.com for all of your electrical needs. For quality you can trust, visit jackspringelectric.com today. Jack Spring Electric, powering your world.
Progressive presents Renters MVP's Most Valuable Possessions. Today's MVP, Emily Neal's 70-inch TV. Because after watching her second-grade students yell at each other for hours, there's nothing Emily enjoys more than watching super rich housewives also yell at each other. Why? Because those women are not her responsibility. And that's why her TV is today's MVP. Keep your most valuable possessions protected by bundling your renters and auto insurance with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Attention Shreveport Bossier. Get ready for an incredible deal you won't want to miss. This Friday, February 28th at 9 a.m., head over to seizethedeal.com and grab a $25 gift card for the Hangar Tap House and Kitchen for just $12.50. That's right, the Hangar Tap House and Kitchen, the brand new hotspot in the East Bank District, is offering this amazing deal. Enjoy delicious food, great vibes, and unforgettable experiences at half the price. Mark your calendars and set your alarms. These deals will fly off the shelves. Visit seizethedeal.com this Friday at 9 a.m. and seize your savings at the Hangar.
Our military faces a crisis. Recruitment down. Morale weak. Our leaders more focused on going woke than killing terrorists and defending America. President Trump nominated Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense to change things. Hegseth isn't an insider or a swamp dweller. He's a decorated veteran of the United States Army who deployed to Iraq and Afghanistan. And he's exactly who we need leading the Department of Defense. Hegseth will ban woke nonsense from our armed forces, strengthen our military, and make our soldiers proud to serve. Call your United States Senator at 202-224-3121. Tell them stand with Trump. Confirm Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. Again, call your senator at 202-224-3121. Tell them to vote to confirm Pete Hegseth and make our military great again. Paid for by American Leadership PAC.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
If you're looking for quick, easy, delicious, 3 words, Natchitoches meat pie. Oh, yeah. Check your grocer's freezer for Natchitoches meat pies from the Natchitoches Meat Pie Company, a true Louisiana food made right there in Coshada, Louisiana, and shipped to all of our grocers' freezers around here. Natchitoches meat pies, mini meat pies, crawfish pies. Use that air fryer. It's so tasty you won't believe it.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Are you experiencing fatigue, low libido, muscle loss? At Rejuva Me Medical, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy. Begin your journey to a better you at RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's REJUVIME medical.com.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Paid non-lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
Weather is finally starting to warm up a little bit, and that new boat is waiting for you at the all-new Jimmy Granger Outdoors in the Shreveport Auto Mall. And right now, you can buy a brand new 23 model Triton 179 TRX or a new 23 XL Bay Pro 203. Your choice, just $330 a month. And Jimmy Granger loves giving away stuff, so every boat buyer right now gets a $300 gift card to Jimmy Granger Outdoors Big Tackle Shop. Jimmy Granger Outdoors, conveniently located in the Shreveport Auto Mall and open all day Monday through Saturday. A cool place to buy a boat.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Was that McVie Rogers? She was singing that one? Yeah, I remember there's always one you really like because when she's singing on it. So, we'd love to hear from you. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. You can call us if you like on the Pearl Shreveport hotline. 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945.
Hello.
You can text us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. The Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line is 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. And welcome you to hour number 2. I mean, can't argue with that, right? Hour number 2. Gonna kill it in hour number 2. Gonna be so much better than hour number 1. Not even gonna know what hit you. But yeah, feel free to hit us up on any of our streaming platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Like, follow, subscribe. That helps all our metrics out. We would be a lot cooler if you did. So why don't you go do that for us? We'd appreciate it if you would do that. Don't forget also, not only can you follow us on Twitter at PT Netherton, but you can also follow Hambone on Twitter at HeyBoyRogers. What are we watching, Hambone? Nothing on? You didn't like Coco Melon? You know, the air disasters? That's Criminal Minds. I mean, you got all kind of stuff over there. It's a wasteland at 2:00 in the afternoon on YouTube TV. Hey, by the way, while you weren't looking, Texas is the #1 team in women's basketball. They first time in 21 years that Texas is the #1 team in the AP Top 25, and already the third different team to hold the #1 spot in the past 3 weeks. Notre Dame was #1, lost in double overtime to NC State. UCLA had been #1 the 12 weeks prior. Vic Schaefer getting it done. Not to be confused with Brent Schaefer, the Ole Miss quarterback and star of the Yo 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 song from the Coach O days. Brent Schaefer. Only the 5th time since 2001 that 3 different schools have been #1 in a 3-week span. South Carolina was #1 to start the season, and there have been 4 teams atop the rankings this year. Just the 6th time that's happened since 1976. Vic Schaefer said there's so much parity in the game right now. Meanwhile, Notre Dame lost the game, went down to 3rd. UCLA popped back up to 2nd. LSU, 7th. LSU is behind 3 different teams with 3 losses. By the way, LSU's 2 losses on the season, they are now 27-2. LSU's 2 losses on the season are to the 2 SEC teams ahead of them. Texas at #1, South Carolina at #6. LSU come from behind win against Kentucky. The thing, again, that I worry about, and by the way, Rogers, did I see right, is Mulkey's 750th? Yes. She's got to be the fastest to get to 750, right? Like, surely. One would think. I don't know. Again, we go back over her wins and like her records and stuff. It's completely insane. Absolutely, completely insane. She has an .862 winning percentage. It's like it's unreal. She's never had a losing season in her entire career. Like the Kim Mulkey numbers are nothing short of astounding. When you look at what she's done, like it's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. Demon Alum said on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, what's changed in women's college basketball from the early 90s when La Tech was so dominant? Rogers, I bet you can answer that question with one word, as can I. Money. Back when Louisiana Tech and Stephen F. Austin and Old Dominion were running things, LSU wasn't putting a bunch of money into women's college basketball. Texas wasn't putting a bunch of money into women's college basketball. Was that the traffic signal, Rogers? Oh, okay. I'm trying to figure out if there's a certain caller that is always behind the wheel. Like Rogers just gave me the steering wheel sign because the blue light's flashing, which means the phone line is lighting up. And he did the little steering wheel, which means it's just a call for the traffic line. But I for a moment I was like, wait, does one of our callers is that supposed to does EH always drive? It was EH is the only one that calls the show. So, but yeah, Demon alum, it's money and care, right? UConn, Tennessee, Louisiana Tech, Old Dominion, Stanford, right? The Texas A&Ms, the Texas is the LSUs, the Arkansas, South Carolina, whatever. None of them cared about women's basketball. They weren't putting a lot of money into it. They weren't worried about trying to attract the best coaches. They weren't worried about trying to, get the best players. Like, it was, women's basketball was largely an afterthought. And so it's very easy for a Kim Mulkey to go to Louisiana Tech when LSU doesn't give a damn. And Tech is actually trying, and they're having success, and they've got, it also doesn't hurt that UConn found Gino Auriemma at a young age, and Tennessee found Pat Summitt, and Louisiana Tech had Leon Barmore, and Stephen F. Austin had, what's his dang name? I can't think of it now. Vic Schaefer, I think, was at Stephen F. Austin at one point, but Van Chancellor was at SFA at one point. Like, it matters that there were good coaches there. It made as much sense for Louisiana Tech would probably pay you about as much as LSU would, so why not go coach Louisiana Tech? Get the same players. Now that the bigger colleges care and put money into it and time and resources and all of that, it's a whole lot different than it used to be. That's why LSU went and got Kim Mulkey from Baylor. Like 20, 30 years ago, Kim Mulkey is probably at Louisiana Tech and doesn't leave. But she goes to Baylor because Baylor wanted to build a program. They did. And then LSU comes calling with a $1 million contract, and it's nearby where she grew up, and it's the home state team and all that, and yeah. So it honestly, Demon alum, it's money and care. That's what's changed in women's college basketball. More teams care, more teams willing to pay the money to get the best coaches, get the best players. All of that stuff. Speaking of top 25, we were just talking about the women's side. How about the men's side? Hambone, did you know Kansas, the number one team in the preseason polls, is out of the polls? They're done. They're outside the top 25. They are out of the top 25 for the first time in 80 weeks. Nearly 4 years that Kansas had been in the top 25. They gone. They're out. Ole Miss has also dropped out. Chris Beard and his crew, after they had been ranked for the last 13 weeks and 15 of the last 16. BYU makes a move into the top 25. St. Mary's makes a move into the top 25. BYU number 25, St. Mary's number 23. All right. Here we go. How many schools will the SEC get into the NCAA tournament? Well, I have a feeling I know two that won't. LSU, South Carolina. They won't make the NCAA tournament. I think we're reasonably comfortable in saying that. But what will the rest of the SEC look like? Well, glad you asked me. Glad me asked that. The teams that we are pretty certain are going to make it: Auburn, Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, Texas, Mizzou, Ole Miss, Kentucky, Mississippi State. That's 9. All right? 9 that we know are in. Vanderbilt? Probably. It's probably 10. Arkansas? Maybe. Texas? Maybe. And then I feel like Georgia, Oklahoma, LSU, South Carolina, I'm pretty certain South Carolina's not in. I would say about 99% certain South Carolina's not making it. They're 1-13 in the league. LSU at 3-11. Do they make it? Likely not. All right, so that eliminates 2. Now the question is, do we, now we're starting to split some hairs. Georgia and Oklahoma, both 4-10 in the league. Hard to say, even though Oklahoma has 17 wins, Georgia has 16 wins. Hard to foresee a possibility of either of those teams getting in. So I think you snip off Georgia, Oklahoma, LSU, and South Carolina, unless, one of them gets red hot, especially Georgia or Oklahoma. If Georgia or Oklahoma gets red hot, wins several games going away, gets to, 7 or 8 wins in the league, then yeah, maybe. But more than likely not. You have right now 8 teams that are ranked out of the SEC. And you have Ole Miss that just dropped from the rankings, who actually has a better record than Kentucky or Mississippi State, who are both ranked. But Vanderbilt's 18-9, 6-8 in the league. That's enough to get you in. Then I think that's where the cutoff line happens. That's 10. That's 10 teams right there. 10 of your 16 teams in the league. Then I think you run into a roadblock of Arkansas and Texas, both 16-11, both 5-9 in the league. Got to do some winning from here on. Georgia and Oklahoma, both 4-10, probably, I don't say win out, but probably need to find a way to win several games down the stretch if you're going to get back into that thing. I think you need to be reasonably near 500. Even as good as the SEC has been, you need to be reasonably near 500. The problem is you only got 4 games left. And that's not going to give you much time. So Georgia at 4-10 in the SEC. Do we think they're going to beat number 3 Florida, at Texas, at South Carolina, Vanderbilt? They could easily win 3 of 4 of those. Texas isn't that good. South Carolina's terrible. Vanderbilt has been okay. Obviously, Florida's ranked number 3 in the country. You're not likely to win that game. But if Georgia goes 3-1 and gets to 7-11 in the league and 19-12 overall, good chance they get in. Oklahoma, right, has a nice win over Arizona. They have a nice win over Michigan. They have a win over Vanderbilt. Their 4 games: Kentucky, at Ole Miss, Mizzou, at Texas. Kentucky, tough. At Ole Miss, tough. Mizzou, tough. All ranked. I mean, Ole Miss just fell out of the rankings. At Texas, Oklahoma probably has the toughest road to try to get. This is one of those where you need to find a way to win at least 2 and maybe get into the SEC tournament and make a little run. Also, Rogers, did you hear our boy Dari Noka going off on the Oklahoma fans? Got on SEC Network and basically said, look, guys, don't act like you're a big-time program if you're going to have fans that don't show up, that leave early, that are not in it. Like, he kind of took Oklahoma's fan base to task. And by the way, Dari Noka is an Oklahoma grad. So he's speaking, as someone who's been in that. But yeah, Dari was saying, look, Oklahoma fans, y'all need to step up. You can't claim that you're big time if the arena's half empty and you're not in there, pulling your weight. See, Oklahoma's got to win over Michigan. They got to win over Arizona, which were top 25 teams at the time. But a lot of top 25 losses, obviously, because they're playing in the SEC. Mississippi State was a top 25 win that they're just coming off of. Yeah, they probably need to win 2 and maybe a couple of games in the conference tournament as well to get in. So I think they've got, I would say they have the best shot. They at least have the best resume currently. Oklahoma is 4-7 against members of the AP poll, 3-7 against members of the coaches poll. Whereas Georgia is 3-10 against members of the AP poll. They are 3-9 against members of the coaches poll. So Oklahoma has either 3 or 4 wins, ranked wins, depending on which poll you look at. Georgia has 3 ranked wins in either poll. It's tough. Meanwhile, John Calipari's Arkansas Razorbacks and the Texas Longhorns. Arkansas has Texas at South Carolina. That could very easily be 2 wins. At Vanderbilt could be a 3rd. Then Mississippi State. Arkansas could easily, I shouldn't say easily, could very legitimately, you could say, go 3-1 down the stretch. That gets Arkansas to 8-10 and 19-12 overall. Probably puts them in. Like, the SEC is looking at an absolute historic number of teams getting into the NCAA tournament. The schedule closing out for Texas at Arkansas, that could certainly be a win. Georgia at home could be a win. At Mississippi State could be a win, even though they're ranked. And then Oklahoma at home. So, yeah, you could see Texas going 2-2 or 3-1, and that's likely what they need to do because they are also 5-9. That would get them to 8-10 and 19-12 overall. And again, remember, you're talking about a Longhorn team that has 3 ranked wins, a Razorbacks team that has 3 ranked wins. And that matters. Like the fact that these SEC teams are playing 7, 8, 9, 10 ranked opponents throughout the course of a season is wild. And by the way, while we're on college basketball, after LSU had won a couple in a row, well, they've got nothing but ranked teams down the stretch. They lost to Florida by 14, who was ranked number 2. Then number 5, Tennessee, number 24, Mississippi State, number 17, Kentucky, number 12, Texas A&M. That is rough. LSU's out, likely not going to be able to make it, but they have already said that they are sticking with Matt McMahon, that they like they like the growth of the team, and that they are going to put more money into the NIL space to try to go ahead and get him more help and, better players. So at least in that regard, they are, feels like they're trying to get all in with Matt McMahon in what is the kind of current iteration of college athletics, where it's a lot about money, especially at that level. It's a lot about what can you offer someone to come in. The NCAA and Congress and various entities are still fighting over oversight within college athletics. I would like to see some consensus there. I would like to see some sort of contract situation. I don't like. I'm all for player movement, but I personally don't like seeing guys playing at 5 schools or 6 schools, that sort of thing. Rogers, Northwestern State, has a kid, played at 5. I think NSU was his 5th school, and he's already left. Like, that's not good for the kid. That's not good for college athletics. I would love to see a way to try to, I don't want to say hinder athletes moving, but I'd love to see a way for it to be a little more regulated. Where, hey, maybe it's got to be there for 2 years, or it's you've got this movement and then you maybe have to sit. Like, find some way to try to encourage kids to stick out in a place more than a year before they turn around and leave. And it's not easy. All right, it's the Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Want to get in touch with us? Call us on the Pearl Shreveport hotline, 318-RALLY-45, 318-725-5945. Text us on the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. That's the Pearl Shreveport hotline, the Bobby L. Greene Plumbing text line. Our show brought to you by our friends at the Pearl, Bobby L. Greene Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, and our friends at Hollis Dental Care, Matt Hollis and his crew. We're going to tell you about Hollis Dental Care when we come back.
In the morning you go gunning for the man who stole your water. Then you fight till he is done, but they catch you at the border.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
It happens more than you think. A customer wants, needs the goods and services your business offers. No matter how hard they try, they can't find you, but they find your competitor right there at the top of the results page.
And even if they do find your website, when they click, it's like a ghost town.
Hello?
Outdated, not compelling, and perhaps worse, it has information that's not accurate.
Y2K? But how do you fix that? At Town Square Interactive, we have the tools to help you maximize your online presence. Just go to mylocalcustomers.com and start by getting a free local customer analysis.
This online tool will show you just how many customers in your area you could be reaching. To get in front of those customers, we will build a premium website for your business.
One that shows up well in web searches and converts website clicks into phone calls, appointments, and foot traffic.
It's simple, it's fast, and it's affordable. Go to mylocalcustomers.com and get started by getting your free local customer analysis today.
Who's ready to move? Let's start this day right.
Tasha's morning dance parties are meeting rave reviews.
Lose your phones and find your groove.
They need an ops manager to help their community dance the morning away.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
No two people learn the exact same way. So how did Babbel become the award-winning language learning app? We thought of you, all of you. Take Sierra. As a visual learner, she uses Babbel's wordplay videos.
Today I'll share a quick lesson on shopping in French.
Merci beaucoup. Keith is a be in the room with real people kind of learner, so he loves the live online classes with our language experts.
Okay, class. Vos está pronto.
Estamos prontos.
However you learn, Babbel makes it easy. Try Babbel for free at babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, Call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Are you experiencing fatigue, low libido, muscle loss? At Rejuva Me Medical, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy. Begin your journey to a better you at RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's REJUVIME medical.com.
Morse & DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit MorrisDeWitt.com. Paid on lawyer spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
If you're looking for quick, easy, delicious, 3 words, Natchitoches meat pie. Oh, yeah. Check your grocer's freezer for Natchitoches meat pies from the Natchitoches Meat Pie Company, a true Louisiana food made right there in Coshada, Louisiana, and shipped to all of our grocers' freezers around here. Natchitoches meat pies, mini meat pies, crawfish pies. Use that air fryer. It's so tasty you won't believe it.
The Tiger Den in the Shreveport Auto Mall has a fantastic selection of LSU women's basketball fan gear. If you're headed to the P-back for the big game or hosting a watch party, ladies, look your best in LSU tops with sparkles, cutter and buck long sleeve shirts, oversized sweatshirts, sweaters, cowboy hats, and boots. Of course, an awesome selection of superfan jewelry. Real men love LSU women's basketball. The Tiger Den will have you looking sharp in LSU polos, vests, sweatshirts, jackets, and hoodies. Get ready for the game. Make a fast break to the Tiger Den in the Shreveport Auto Mall.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
Welcome back to the Patrick Netherton Show.
Gonna mention Hedda Hampton in here. He likes to stretch them words out. Hey, ba. Tired. All right. Time for him to admit that he knows one of the Hamptons. All right, here we go. Which Hampton did he know again? Hedda Hampton. I don't know who, is that Aunt Hedda? Hedda Hampton? I heard the Thunder Cupping. Shower. I will say this, Rogers. My dude has a very dramatic singing style. And that was Kevin Cronin, correct? Okay, I'll look that up. He knew a Hedda Hampton, Rogers. Very dramatic singing style. Yeah. Rogers, are you tired of the same old story yet? Maybe you should turn some pages, Raj. Baby. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. Hambone, guess what time it is? On the dot. Time to talk about Hollis Dental Care, as it is the most appropriate time to go to the dentist. 2:30. Which, by the way, I didn't even notice, and Rogers told me. So, thank you, Rogers. 2:30. the correct time to go to the dentist. And there's only one dentist you should go to. That is Hollis Dental Care. Benton Road in Wimple, 703-6680 is how you get in touch with our good friend Matt Hollis and his crew. 703-6680. Make your appointment for tooth hurdy if you like. I feel when I say it like that, Rogers, I feel a little bit like when Dana Carvey used to do Tom Brokaw. Tom Brokaw. Tooth hurdy. He last night, Rogers, when I was going to bed, I like to put on like there was like a Saturday Night Live marathon, and it was the best of Dana Carvey. You okay? No. I'm always just in my underwear, Roger. No. When it was time to go to bed, I just put something on TV that I don't have to really watch, you know. And it was a Saturday Night Live marathon. It was the best of Dana Carvey, and they had the one where he had to do because Tom Brokaw was going on vacation, so they had him record a whole bunch of things that might happen, so that he could announce some like major stories. Gerald Ford has perished in a plane crash. Like it just got even more ridiculous. Like Gerald Ford dies in a submarine accident, and I am gay, and it just went on and on and on. But every time I think of tooth hurdy, I think of Dana Carvey doing his Tom Brokaw tooth hurdy. I don't know why that always makes me think of that. But anyway, 2:30 is the best time to schedule your dentist appointment. Make sure you do that at 2:30. Hollis Dental Care is who you need to call, 703-6680. That's 703-6680, the phone number. You call that, you get them hooked up. Don't forget, if you call them before 9 a.m., they will get you in the same day for a dental emergency. Now, you can't call them at 8:30 and be like, hey, I just need to get my teeth clean. No, you got to schedule a regular appointment for that. But if you got a broken tooth, cracked tooth, something happened. Rogers, that guy, did you see that kid for was it Indiana or Oklahoma? I can't remember who it was. He went face first into the ground and spit out 5 teeth. That guy needs to call Hollis Dental Care immediately. Oh, that looked so painful. You ever have the dream where your teeth are falling out? Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, mine are always the teeth just fall out of my mouth. It's not I pulled them out, they just fall out. Yeah. Rogers, when your teeth fall out, boy, that's weird. See what I did there? Fall Out Boy? It's a band, Rogers. It's Monday, Rogers. It's Monday. Oh, I got to stay in my lane? Is that what you're telling me? Can't. I love Fall Out Boy. Yeah, I don't like all their songs, but there's several that I really enjoy. Yeah, Fall Out Boy's got some good tunes. They really do. By the way, speaking of good tunes, did you see who's touring together, Rogers? A bunch of people. Yeah, no, but it's a specific tour that Creed and Nickelback have announced a tour together. So, I'm just saying. I mean, speaking of Rogers, camouflage. Rogers mentioned camouflage. I told you I was looking through my Facebook memories that popped up. 13 years ago, I posted a photo of a truck that was fully camouflaged, and I said it was basically a picture of Wonder Woman's invisible plane. Rogers, it is the Summer of 99 and Beyond Festival. Friday, July 18th, Nickelback, Live, Daughtry, Tonic, and Lit. And then Saturday, Creed, Three Doors Down, Seven Dust, Hinder, Vertical Horizon, and Fuel. Yes, sir. I mean, Nickelback headlining one night and Creed headlining the next night. You know what I say to that? Rogers, I'm just looking at that musical festival with arms wide open. Don't have to tell me twice to show up to a Creed and Nickelback festival. The only problem, Hambones, is in Wisconsin. Bit of a trip. Don't really want to fly these days. So, yeah. Bit of a trek. So, yeah, by the way, Hollis Dental Care, Rogers. Give them a call, 703-6680. Make sure your teeth look good when you go to the Creed and Nickelback concert, Rogers. 703-6680 is how you get in touch with them. They're open late on Mondays. They are more normal hours Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, closed on Friday and the weekends. But again, call them by 9 a.m., and they will get you in the same day for emergency care. Matt Hollis, Hollis Dental Care. As we told you in the ads, the best spot for your smile. You right over there, Hambone? You gonna make it? Creed and Nickelback, Rogers. Come on.
Yeah, you need those teeth all nice and white and shiny because you know at a concert like Nickelback you're going to be taking pictures.
Uh-huh.
So next time you look at those pictures,
Sure,
together, you'll be able to go, hey, look
at
at
this photograph. Yeah, of course.
Look at this photograph. And I can go, hell, how the hell did my eyes get so red?
I mean,
and what the hell is on Joey's head?
I mean, nobody knows, Rogers. I don't even know a guy named Joey, but he's going to be in the picture anyway. I'm going to find a guy named Joey and put a hat on his head or something like a muskrat or something, and we're going to take a picture. Which, by the way, is completely something I would do. Like, I would find a way to recreate a song lyric like that. Nickelback Live, Daughtry, Tonic, Lit, Three Doors Down, Seven Dust, Hinder, Vertical Horizon, Fuel, Nickelback, and Creed. The Summer of '99 and Beyond Festival. Hambone, how many of these bands do you actually know? Grab your mic. I'm very curious. You obviously know from Nickelback. You know Creed.
Yeah.
Do you know any songs by Live?
Yeah.
Lightning Crashes, I think, was there.
I know songs by all those.
Okay. Daughtry, Tonic, Lit.
Yes.
Three Doors Down.
Yep.
Seven Dust.
Yep.
Hinder. Vertical Horizon.
Yep.
Fuel.
Know all of them.
Yeah.
It's just been.
Now, they do have two other bands that are playing, and I've never heard of them before. Our Lady Peace.
I've heard of them.
I've never heard of Our Lady Peace. And Mammoth WVH.
That's Eddie Van Halen's sons. Man.
Really?
Yes, Wolfgang Van Halen.
Oh, okay. I had no idea what it was.
It's called Mammoth is before Van Halen's name was Van Halen.
Yeah.
They were called Mammoth.
Okay. There you go.
They decided, Van Halen sounded better with the two brothers in it. No, that's Wolfgang Van Halen's band.
Well, WVH makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know, like West Virginia, I didn't know what the heck it was. Yeah, I'd never heard of Our Lady Peace or Mammoth WVH. But obviously, Nickelback Live, Daughtry, Tonic, Lit, Creed, Three Doors Down, Seven Dust, Hinder, Vertical Horizon, Fuel. Know all of them. I mean, I'm not going to lie, Hambone. I would be that's a festival I would attend if I liked music festivals. I hate the whole, like, go sit outside. You know, you got to, like, bring blankets and stuff. Like, that's not where give me a nice indoor venue that I can go and hang out. Funny enough, Rogers, my friend group they were all here in town. We all like to, we go on a summer trip. Like last year it was Cleveland, Toronto, Cleveland, Niagara Falls, Toronto, Guelph, and then back home. Well, we like to go somewhere, and this year my buddy David was like, we should do it with we should find a place where Toto, because Toto's going on tour. I'm trying to remember who they're with. Yeah, I it's someone in that, like Ambrosia or something in that I'll look it up. But yeah, he was like, maybe we should go maybe we should go do that. And turns out we might be able to. We're one of the best, or one of the places that we're looking at going. Toto is playing in, I think, either in July or August. So, I mean, I've never seen Toto live. Rogers, is it okay? Like, like with Blues Traveler when you're just like, play hook, like play run around. Like, can I just go to Toto and just yell, play Africa?
You can, but they have more hits.
I know they do. I'm just saying, like, can I just go and yell, like, play Africa?
I think that you probably don't need to yell that.
No?
Because
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's on the set list.
I imagine it probably closes.
Maybe not till the end of the
yeah,
show
say
with the
probably
encore.
closes, Rogers.
Yeah, probably going to hit you with a little Africa and maybe a little Rosanna.
Rosanna.
Got that girl.
Speaking of Africa, by Toto, Rogers doesn't miss a trick. Yeah, Rogers, Toto. Oh, Toto, Christopher Cross, and Men at Work are touring together this year. Let me see. Rogers, they're coming to Dallas. Saying your little bits over there, we might can. That's middle of August. I won't be, won't be my season yet. Just saying. If you want to go see Christopher Cross, Men at Work, and Toto, a little bit over there, like it. Just saying, Rogers. It's a Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30 The Tiger. Much like Kilimanjaro rises like Olympus above the Serengeti, we will return.
Hurry, boy, it's waiting there for you. Gonna take a lot to drag me away from you. There's nothing that 100 men or more could ever do. I bless the rains down in Africa. Gonna take some time to do the things we never
Time for big fun in the Big Easy. Welcome to Mardi Gras Live. I'm Billy Brass.
And I'm Sarah Secondline, live from the heart of all the parades.
Mardi Gras is not only about parades, but also about tradition.
And what better tradition than to celebrate carnival season with Mardi Gras scratch-offs from the lottery?
Jam to the beat with trinkets and cash, where you can win up to $5,000.
Use your doubloon to scratch some cash by playing floats and totes. Top prize is $10,000.
Catch one of these scratch-offs from the lottery.
And introducing 3 new big money scratch-offs. Love word games? Play one-word crossword. You could win up to $30,000. Feeling lucky? Pick up Lady Luck with a huge top prize of $100,000. And finally, every scratch is a chance to win big with bonus bucks. Top prize is a whopping $200,000. Louisiana Lottery, giving you a reason to smile. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Looking for quick and easy ways to feed your family after a busy day? Texas Roadhouse on Gould Drive in Bossier City has some great options for you. Hop on our mobile app or give us a call at 318-746-7122 to hear about our family pack options like hand-cut sirloin or our fall-off-the-bone ribs or chicken critters. We can't wait to see you. Texas Roadhouse on Gould Drive in Bossier City, where love and great food come together. Hop on our mobile app or give us a call at 318-746-7122.
Attention Shreveport Bossier. Get ready for an incredible deal you won't want to miss. This Friday, February 28th at 9 a.m., head over to seizethedeal.com and grab a $25 gift card for the Hangar Tap House and Kitchen for just $12.50. That's right, the Hangar Tap House and Kitchen, the brand new hotspot in the East Bank District, is offering this amazing deal. Enjoy delicious food, great vibes, and unforgettable experiences at half the price. Mark your calendars and set your alarms. These deals will fly off the shelves. Visit seizethedeal.com this Friday at 9 a.m. and seize your savings at the Hangar.
There's always something hopping and popping at Chevyland, 7500 Uri Drive in Shreveport. I love my Silverado. Why not take advantage of no payments for 120 days on select new vehicles right now at Chevyland, the #1 Chevy dealer in the area. Plus, they even have 1.9% financing plus $1,000 cash allowance on select new vehicles with approved credit. That's all happening at Chevyland. Chevyland.com, 7500 Uri Drive. Chevyland. Together, let's drive.
Taxes was not knowing your full financial picture. Now Taxes is getting and maximizing your refund all in one place. Credit Karma, where a TurboTax expert can do your taxes for you. They'll get you the most money back, guaranteed. Then you can do more with all that money, all in Credit Karma. Now this is Taxes. Intuit Credit Karma with TurboTax. Get started today. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Experts only available with TurboTax Live.
If you're looking for quick, easy, delicious, 3 words, Natchitoches meat pie. Oh, yeah. Check your grocer's freezer for Natchitoches meat pies from the Natchitoches Meat Pie Company, a true Louisiana food made right there in Coshada, Louisiana, and shipped to all of our grocers' freezers around here. Natchitoches meat pies, mini meat pies, crawfish pies. Use that air fryer. It's so tasty you won't believe it.
Hollis Dental Care is the premier one-stop shop for all your dental care needs in the Arklatex. Dr. Matt Hollis and his team can handle everything from simple cleanings to major dental implants, all in-house. And if you've got a toothache, call 318-703-6680 by 9 a.m. Monday through Thursday, and you're guaranteed to be seen the same day. That's Hollis Dental Care. Call them at 318-703-6680 or find them at Benton Road and Wimple. Hollis Dental Care, the best spot for your smile.
Michael and Justin Greene have great news about Bobby L. Greene, your home team.
We saw the need for a heating and cooling contractor that could do the same thing that we've offered plumbing services for many, many years, and we decided to jump into the AC and heating space.
We just saw the opportunity to provide another service to our customers, to be a one-stop shop, to take care of their needs and be there and provide the same quality service that we've always provided.
3 generations of local service. Bobby L. Greene, 318-631-0235.
You've heard a lot of remarkable things about the Pearl Restaurant, located at Fern and 70th. In addition to the incredible food and drinks, the Pearl is now open for dinner 7 days a week, plus lunch or brunch on the weekends. The bar opens at 3, the restaurant opens at 4 Monday through Thursday, and it opens at 11 a.m. all weekend long. Amazing Louisiana-style food with flavor profiles unlike anything you'll find in the state. A 47-foot bar serving signature cocktails, spirits, wine, and beer. An unrivaled selection of both raw and cooked oysters. Plus, the Pearl is serving up amazing old-school favorites like burgers and certified Angus steaks, dry-aged and rubbed in their special Pearl dust. Both the burgers and steaks are Rogers Hampton approved, which is the most prestigious award that a food can receive. The Pearl Restaurant, 6871 Fern Avenue, right off East 70th. Whether you want an amazing lunch on the weekend or an elegant dinner any day of the week, the Pearl has you covered. Let them treat you right at the Pearl.
Are you experiencing fatigue, low libido, muscle loss? At Rejuva Me Medical, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy. Begin your journey to a better you at RejuvaMeMedical.com. That's REJUVIME medical.com.
Morrison DeWitt Injury Lawyers built a practice on representing real people with real injuries and have obtained real results. Their success stories speak for themselves. Visit morrisdewitt.com. Bateman Lawyer Spokesperson, Shreveport, Trey Morris, LA 2417188. Results may vary.
Weather is finally starting to warm up a little bit, and that new boat is waiting for you at the all-new Jimmy Granger Outdoors in the Shreveport Auto Mall. And right now, you can buy a brand new 23 model Triton 179 TRX or a new 23 XL Bay Pro 203. Your choice, just $330 a month. And Jimmy Granger loves giving away stuff, so every boat buyer right now gets a $300 gift card to Jimmy Granger Outdoors Big Tackle Shop. Jimmy Granger Outdoors, conveniently located in the Shreveport Auto Mall and open all day Monday through Saturday. A cool place to buy a boat.
Tiger weather now.
A warming trend for us as we head through the first half of the upcoming business week. Cloudy tonight, late night fog, middle to upper 30s. Clouds and fog Monday morning, sunshine mixing in for the afternoon. It'll be milder with an afternoon high on Monday and a low part of the 60s. Sunny and warmer heading through Tuesday, Wednesday. Low to mid 70s both afternoons. I'm meteorologist Ken Boone at the Weather Channel.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher. KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Your home for LSU sports, a Town Square Media station.
It's time for the main course with Rogers Hampton. Here's your host, Patrick Netherton.
Have you seen her? So bad and pretty, moving with a style and ease. And I feel her from across the room. Yes, it's love in the
By the way, Rogers, the last time Creed and Nickelback shared a concert bill, 1999. Makes sense that it would be called the Summer of 99 and Beyond Festival. July 18th and 19th in East Troy, Wisconsin at the Alpine Valley Music Theater. Get after it. Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger, 103.3 FM. He's Rogers, I'm Patrick. See if we miss anything. I mean, obviously we haven't talked a ton of sports. But I do think the SEC is in line for a historic number of teams getting into the NCAA tournament. Feels like that's going to be the case. So that'll be fun. I don't know. It's weird, right? Like the SEC having this unbelievable year, but I don't look at Auburn and go, man, they're number one in the country. But I don't look at them and go, gosh, they're just the prohibitive national favorite to win the national championship, right? Like that's the thing that's, to me, that's a little odd. Is typically if I look at, you look at the national landscape and like UConn the last couple of years, it's kind of been easy to go, okay, UConn looks like the team that's going to win it. They've been sort of head and shoulders above everyone else. But this year it doesn't feel like there's a lot of teams. Like, you look up in Florida's 24-3. Auburn's 25-2. Duke is 24-3. Houston is 23-4. St. John's. How about the job done by Rick Pitino? The Johnnies are 24-4. And then you're telling me you don't believe that Tennessee or Alabama or Iowa State or Texas Tech, like one of these teams, couldn't jump up and win the whole thing? Sure they could. It's a weird year because there are, historic numbers being put up, and we talked about the idea that Auburn was, putting up the kind of numbers that, Ken Palm type stats, the offensive and defensive efficiency numbers. There's 3 or 4 different teams that are putting up historic offensive and defensive efficiency numbers. But I'll look at, if you tell me that Auburn gets upset in the Elite Eight, I'm not going to say, oh my gosh, like there's no possible way. And I think that's good for college basketball, where I can look all the way up and down. And you tell me that A&M couldn't find a way to upset a Houston if they faced off in a Sweet 16 type of scenario, like, yeah, that's good for the sport. It really is. I like the idea that in college hoops, you've got a bevy of teams that could jump up and bite someone. Auburn, as dominant as they have been, they haven't looked unbeatable. UConn the last couple of years has been head and shoulders above everyone else. I mean, that run they made, I remember if it was last year or 2 years ago, nobody even challenged them on their way to a national championship. Like that's the kind of run that they went on. Well, obviously they're not having that kind of year again, not even ranked. And so, yeah, to me, it's somewhat anyone's ball game. You tell me that Kelvin Sampson and that defense, that lockdown defense, can find a way to win a title, yeah. Florida and what Golden's done there, sure. Duke, best, arguably the best player in Cooper Flagg. Auburn, Janai Broome. Alabama, they get hot from 3. Nobody's better than they are. St. John's has you could argue, the best coach of his generation. Obviously, Kay's already retired, so Pitino I mean, it's cool. The tournament's going to be great this year. The tournament is always better when you can look at 4, 5, 6, 10 teams that you could say, hey, these are the guys that could make a run. That's awesome. It really is. Rogers, they had the SAG Awards last night. I feel like when you start playing the music, it's like the orchestra playing you off when you're trying to do your acceptance speech. I want to thank the Academy and my mom and dad and my acting coach, and the orchestra starts playing, oh no, I gotta go. I was about to say the difference is I have control of my microphone, but ultimately Rogers has control of my microphone. So, yeah, if Hambone presses the button, I'm done. Hambone's got the eject button on the show, that's for sure. Again, appreciate all the kind words from everyone. Everyone who's reached out and said something nice, I do appreciate it. It is somewhat of a relief for her. Her malfunctioning brain is no longer malfunctioning, but obviously it still sucks. Still sucks to lose a close family member like that. And I do appreciate everyone that showed up, everyone that has texted and called and all that. It is indeed appreciated. I just want everyone to know that. I love y'all. Appreciate all of y'all sticking with us. Tell all your friends. Go like, follow, subscribe to all of our social media. You can like, follow, subscribe to our streaming platforms, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Go and check those out. Tell your friends, share out the information, let people know. We would absolutely love to have you. Probably going to be, looks like we might have a little bit of an abbreviated show on Wednesday. But I think otherwise we are pretty much good to go with the rest of the week. Going to be another crazy week, though, Rogers. I got Wednesday, Thursday, doubleheader, Saturday, Monday. So, I think the last doubleheader Saturday. Actually, we may have one more doubleheader Saturday. I haven't looked that far ahead. All right, thank you, everyone, for sticking with us. Come back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. For Rogers Hampton, I'm Patrick Netherton. Y'all be safe and careful out there. We'll see you tomorrow from 1 to 3 on the Patrick Netherton Show.